from the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot. Got my shirt on that says I mean business, and I'm here to find all of the things that they labeled 33 and all the things that they didn't label or that can be modified. So join along. It's gonna be an exciting day. I'm so pumped, you guys. Can you tell? This is gonna be so great. I'm so excited. Here we go. Here we go. First up on our list is Mexico, because most people going to Epcot want to start their day in Mexico. Here we have 3 different dishes, 2 of which are gluten-free. The tostada de carnitas are gluten-free, the taco de costilla are gluten-free and dairy-free. The flan, my friends, is neither, so please steer clear of the flan. Additionally, the margaritas are not gluten-free, and cast members said do not get those are not gluten-free, so okay. Okay, so if you don't already know, on the My Disney Experience app, they now have a section where you can look at the allergy menus, and they will list all of the different allergies for each of the items that have some sort of allergy thing in the festival. These are only for the booths that are not third-party booths. So these are only Disney-owned booths that they'll do that for. The other booths do not have that option. So those are Mexico, China, Italy, Japan, and France. So at those booths, you will have to go up and ask for the allergy sheet or the allergy binder. I just went to Mexico because I know this is always a hot spot, and the tostada de carnitas and also the taco de costilla are both gluten-free. The taco is also dairy-free. So here is the taco. And here is tostada. I would imagine that the tostada without the queso on it would be dairy-free as well, but I did not confirm that. So I'm gonna take off some of that. We're gonna give this a go. You know what? That's pretty good. Slow braised beef. Oh, that's why it's so good. Slow braised beef short rib with salsa de chile, avocado mousse, and spring onions. That's really good. I really like short ribs. That's good. They also told me there that none of their margaritas are gluten-free. So what's up with that? Why can't I go get a margarita? Not a big fan of that news. And we have this one. Braised pork on a fried corn tortilla with black beans, avocado mousse, queso fresco, and chives. That has good flavor. It's definitely bigger. I'm a tostada girl because I feel like I can take a bite of it versus like everything falling out. So I would still go the taco over the other one, but honestly, I think they're both good options. So Mexico is still a win. Come through for us on every festival. Gracias. Okay, on to the next. China. Nothing here is gluten-free. Occasionally you might find a drink that's labeled gluten-free, but why risk it? Just put on your festival shoes and moonwalk right past this stand. India has 3 dishes this year, and much like last year, one of them can be gluten-free with a modification. The chicken tikka masala, if you leave off the naan, that does become gluten-free. The mango lassi and the mango lassi with liqueur, those are both gluten-free as is, according to their website. There's also a sparkling wine and a Chenin Blanc. If you can somehow make it past the sound of all the kids beating on all the drums, meet me over here at Refreshment Port, where again this year we have found a couple surprises. There are 2 refreshment port areas. One is over between China and Germany, and that's where I am right now. There's another one that's over by Canada, which has 2 different kinds of poutine. I'm really excited about that. If you saw my Instagram, I was a bit manic about it, but that's okay. That's okay, we'll forgive it. So here is the spicy kathiri. That is how we think you say it. That is how the people in the stand also think you say it, so we're gonna go with it. It is gluten-free and vegan. They had this dish here last year, But last year there was like an ancient grains medley, which contained farro, which of course is a no for us. So this year they do not have that. They replaced it with like a wild grain medley, so we can have it. It's one of our 5 gluten-free and vegan dishes. Let's see if it's spicy. I don't know. Look at that. Oh my god, the bees. Every food I want, I gotta get stung by the bees. What is up? Leave a homegirl alone, you know what I mean? Anyways, I didn't get any spice. Let's see. Just dig into the top with all the sauce. I'm gonna call Faker Boilermaker on the spice to it. And we're getting all the spice. It's good. I like the mixture. It's white beans, pigeon peas, curried grain and wild rice, and a kachumbari slaw. I like the flavors. They all go together really well, but it's not spicy. It's opening day. Maybe it will be spicy. Maybe they'll hear that and go, add the spice. I don't know. They also have Dole Whip here. And the Dole Whip is gluten-free and dairy-free, as long as it's not in the waffle cone. So that's what makes it not labeled or anything. But get you a Dole Whip in Epcot. It's really fun too. Welcome to Kenya, where we have 2 dishes that can be gluten-free, one with modifications. The Kenyan coffee barbecue beef is gluten-free as is, with sweet corn, mealy pop, and kuchumbari slaw. If you leave off the corn mealy pop, that does become dairy-free as well. We also have a peri-peri skewered shrimp, which is gluten-free and dairy-free if you omit the couscous. There is nothing to drink here, folks, for you, so please, this is a BYOB kind of a stand. If you dig on the dairy, slide on down the mountain of raclette Swiss cheese over here at the Alps, where you'll find 2 dishes that can be modified gluten-free if you omit the baguette. Additionally, there is a dark chocolate fondue, where if you omit the pound cake, that one can also be gluten-free. These dishes are delicious and also part of the montage crawl this year. Here's what that Swiss cheese dish looked like last year when it had fruit on it. And come on, Rosé, you know I need you today. Do not miss this drink, it is so good. I personally would skip Germany unless you're in the mood for a bunless brat with mustard, in which case that would be gluten-free and dairy-free. If you want the bun with it, you are out of luck. There's also a Riesling here, but that's about it for Germany. The love of my life, the Spain booth has it all. Seriously, they have it all. This entire booth is gluten-free. And no, I am not kidding. They have 3 different options here. You can have a charcuterie that is gluten-free, paella with rice, chorizo, and shrimp, gluten-free and dairy-free, seafood salad that is gluten-free and dairy-free, 3 different types of sangria, and they are a pretty big glass, might I add. You can get them each, or you can get them as a flight. This is the paella, and this is the sangria. Hello, baby. We got at Spain, they have the sangria, so here is the red. Look at that, $6.50. That is the best dang $6.50 drink at a festival I've ever seen. So they have the flight. I'm not crazy about rosé, I'm not crazy about white. So I asked them on this one, I said, could you pour just a little bit of each in that glass and make it kind of like a hunch punch sangria? And she said, no. So I explained that I like the flight, and then I had to get a big cup, and then I like to mix them all together. That's kind of my thing. And so I was hoping maybe I could just do it all in one glass. And she said, oh, I see what you're saying. No. So that's okay. It was worth a try. Next time I'll just bring my big cup ahead of time, but until then, it is. It's dry, it's red, it's big. It's good. But we're still riding that high from Spain, because welcome to Italy, the land of the letdowns. There are no food options here that are gluten-free. They do have a couple of drink options that would be, but these are going to be served in the smaller glasses. So if for some reason you're craving one of those sangrias, you might want to just turn around, do an about face, head back to Spain, and fulfill your dreams, because you will not find them here. Sorry. have an Italian hot beef sandwich, which if you omit the French roll, that would then be gluten-free and dairy-free. I've heard that it's amazing. So if you are one of us that like to carry some bread in the old baggeroonie, that might be the one for you. They also have chilaquiles, which are labeled gluten-free already on the app, but if you take off the queso fresco, they would also be dairy-free. Boom, carrot cake, no go. Sorry about that. Then they have the ciappino, okay, anyways, it's a seafood stew with saffron-infused tomato fennel broth and a crostini. Take off that crostini, and this is now gluten-free and dairy-free. And it looks like there are clams, mussels, and shrimp. So I'm gonna get a little bit of mussels because that's the guy that came out first for me. Oh, and scallops. And a scallop. That's a lot. This was like $7 or something. Okay, so here's some of that broth, like tomato soup. Oh, that's yummy. Let me get a spoon. Let's see some of this broth action. Look at that. I could see where the bread would come in handy. That broth is lovely. Get some scallops in there. Wow. I'm digging this one. I might get this one again. And let me see. Yeah, $7.50 for all that seafood. So there count 2 shrimp, 2 scallops, 2 mussels, and 2 clams. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 scallops. Stop! That's a lot of seafood. I think I'm gonna eat this right now, all of it. Oh, it's really good. Nothing here to drink. So it's a BYOD, bring your own drink to America. Sweating my patoots off, you guys. Sweating my patoots. Okay, we are in America. Got chilaquiles, which are corn tortilla chips tossed in salsa verde with ranchero chicken, queso fresco, cilantro lime crema, and a soft poached egg. Where'd my egg go? Oh, there it is. Okay. The egg is boop boop, hidden a little bit right there. We have not busted that guy yet. There it is. It's gluten-free as is. I still call to check because, you know, you just never know. Oh yeah, it's not gonna work with the hands. It's all kind of soft. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, good bite. Oh, professional. Oh, I think that's good. The chicken has a good sauce on it. Oh, there she goes. Mount egg, poached. Oh, it's good though. Like America dishes.
It's Flavors of America. That's the name of the stand.
Yeah.
It's a Mexican dish.
We need a Kentucky hot. Can we get a Kentucky hot brown or something in the America stand? That would be really super cool. You want a Kentucky? Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, well I like it. Like the queso fresco is good. The crema, there's a ton of it. The chips, I think get soggy pretty easily, but the chicken tastes good. So overall, pretty good dish, and it's hearty for the $6. So I would recommend this one. Yummy. Japan booth. Woo, we got the fire taiko roll, sushi roll with spicy tuna, cucumber, and pickled daikon radish served with spicy sauce. So their ingredients in their binder, their allergy binder, of course, is the third-party booth. So you cannot call the chef, you can just look at the binder, but there was no gluten or dairy ingredients listed. Wonderful. In fact, I believe on this one, they even had the gluten-free soy sauce listed. Like it said gluten-free soy sauce, which is, you know, pretty amazing. Pretty big win. Some of that. There we go. A big bite. Good. I think this is excellent. In the past, they've had at other festivals, they have like the sushi Christmas tree and a couple others. And there's dairy in it, so there's like cream cheese and then like some kind of creamy sauce on the top, and it almost overpowers it, kind of makes it feel like, I don't know, not sushi, it's more like a crab roll. This is sushi, and it's delicious. There's a little kick to it, a little spice, not a ton. But so I mean, like like if you ordered a spicy tuna roll, this is the amount of spice that you would normally expect to get. So I think they nailed it, and I would get this again. Lovely dish. Thank you, Japan. Coming back to Greece this year, we have a fan favorite, the griddled cheese with pistachios and honey. This one is a gluten-free dish, and if you have not had griddled cheese before, I would highly recommend this one. The other dishes here are not gluten-free and cannot be modified. The lamb gyro, in fact, even with a modification, the gluten is in the marinade in the meat, so that would not work. And the plant-based Impossible Moussaka, that one has flour in the bechamel sauce that's poured on top, so again, non-modification. But here's the cheese. Now we go over the Tangerine Cafe in Morocco. This is actually a year-round stand that's here, and there are several different options here that are good for us. The first one of these is the grilled kebabs, which you can get chicken or lamb. Both are gluten-free and dairy-free as is. We also have the fried falafel pita with tahini sauce, which is gluten-free and vegan with the modification of removing the pita. They also have several drinks here, including some ciders, making this a very, very good option. Welcome to Belgium, where there are no gluten-free food options here. So if you haven't gotten your steps in yet today, just keep on walking past this booth. However, there is one option for drinks that we can have. The Belgian chilled coffee with and without alcohol does contain dairy, but it does not contain gluten. Hey Brazil, how you doing? Over here we've got two gluten-free dishes, the fiota, which is black beans with crispy pork belly, and also a pão de queijo Brazilian cheese bread. Lord, I hope I pronounced both of those right. Both of those are gluten-free as is, contains dairy. And then we also have a frozen caipirinha with cachaca that is top 9 allergy friendly. Over here we have Ireland, where there is one possibility. There's the warm chocolate pudding cake with Irish cream liqueur custard. It is gluten-free when you omit the custard. I will tell you that last year we tried this several times. Sometimes they would omit it, sometimes they would not. So it's a 50-50 shot, but if you can get it, it's delicious. There's also the honey mead wine, which of course is gluten-free as is. Oh, Canada, my Canada, home of the Canadian filet mignon. This year it is gluten-free again, and it looks better than ever with even more cheese sauce. If you leave off the mashed potatoes and the whipped butter, that one can be dairy-free as well. There is a Canadian cheddar and bacon soup, and shocks of all shocks, no, that one cannot be gluten-free. They do have one wine here for drinks, and those wrap up your options in Canada. This is the filet from last year, but it still looks amazing. Okay, so right next to Canada, which is over here, and then the Australia booth is over here, is this refreshment port right here in back of me. This is where you can find 2 different kinds of poutine, and yes, they are both gluten-free. Why? Because, I don't know, they love us, and they used cornstarch. Thank you, cornstarch. Anyhow, so we have traditional poutine, which is french fries with beef gravy, cheese curds, crumbled boursin cheese, garlic, and fine herbs. And then we've got braised beef poutine, french fries with braised beef, boars and garlic and fine herbs cheese sauce, cheese curds, crumbled boars and garlic and fine herbs, and gherkin relish. So you bet your bottom dollar when I get some, I'm gonna get that second one because it's got more bells and whistles, and I enjoy bells and whistles. And I'm really excited to have it. They also have a sparkling peach wine and a pineapple orange whip hard seltzer, both of which are also gluten-free. So this, my friends, is the booth to be at. You know, see, you get it? So excited. There's so many things here. There's so many things. Good day, mates, and welcome to Australia. Oh, that was terrible. Sorry about that. We have 2 dishes to choose from here. Both are gluten-free as is. The first is the grilled sweet and spicy bushberry shrimp. That one is also dairy-free. The next is the roasted lamb chop with mint pesto and potato crunchies. That one can be dairy-free if you omit the potato crunchies on top. There are also 2 wines here to choose from. Coming soon in September, but you know as well as I do that Disney likes to open these stands rather early, so we shall see what happens. We have one option, which is the Thai shrimp with rice noodles. This dish is gluten-free and dairy-free. As far as drinks go, there's 1 wine, but that's really all at this stand. Aloha Hawaii, another booth that's opening soon. They gave us the passion fruit cheesecake this year that is labeled gluten-free. We also have a sparkling pineapple wine and the Alaunai Sunrise, which is vodka, Dole Whip, and pineapple juice, gluten-free and vegan. Sips, there's no food for us here, though the mimosas are gluten-free. This is also where you can find the redemption prize for completing the Emile's Fromage Montage Cheese Walk. This is a dairy-based item that contains cheesecake and graham cracker crumbs. If you remove both of those last 2 items, it becomes gluten-free. My personal idea is go to the Hawaii booth for your last prize, get the cheesecake, come over here, modify, put the cheesecake on top, boom, just like everybody else. Just like we always wanted to be. Up at area, we have Brew-Wing, which is in the Odyssey Center. There are so many options here, it's a little bit ridiculous. The gluten-free options are orange cardamom wings, sticky wings with peanut sauce and jelly, garlic parmesan wings, traditional buffalo wings, and a spicy Scotch bonnet pepper curry wings. There's also crispy Brussels sprouts. The crispy Brussels sprouts are gluten-free and vegan, as they always have been. The gluten-free dairy items are the traditional wings, and then also the spicy Scotch bonnet pepper wings. These items are actually fantastic. I don't mind any of them. Over here we also have the, you know it, the pickle shake. The pickle shake. It's like the most controversial dish so far at this festival. It is in the Muppet Lab. In true Muppet fashion, they came up with a quirky little dish that's a milkshake that tastes like dill pickles, or so we think. So we are going to put it to the test. Here we go. We got our first 2 taste testers that are going in. I have not tried it yet, so I'm counting on you. Go ahead.
I like it. Are they edible?
You're still thinking about it? It's dill. It's a herb.
I kind of like
Yeah?
it.
You like it?
I kind of like it.
Kind of like it, and I like it. Okay. Okay, so now we're doing the mom test.
I might need some
It's a little liquidy. Yeah, of course there's dill. It's a pickle. All right, ready? Cheers.
Here.
Come on, Miss Pickle Lover.
It's okay.
It's
Not the worst thing. I don't really taste that much pickle.
I don't either.
Yes, that is a hot wing.
I got some dill because I got a big old thing of dill in my mouth.
Glad to have you here in the Brew-Wing lab, and it's still
A little
standing
stringy.
in one piece.
Comes with its own floss.
Let's start our next experiment, shall we?
I don't get pickle.
I don't get pickle either. It's not pickle.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll see.
Goodness, Beaky, be careful.
Most popular booth every year by far is the Fry Basket. Get a load of that line. Over here, all of the fries are gluten-free, including the adobo yucca fries. The only ones that are not are the new pickle fries. The pickle fries are not gluten-free, and in fact, they have their own separate fryer. This way, their madness does not touch our madness, and we can all live happily ever after. Here's the Fry Flight. The sea salt and vinegar are gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan. The yucca fries are gluten-free and vegan as well. And then the other fries that are here are gluten-free. This is a great option. The options over here for us, the chimichurri skirt steak taco is gluten-free as is, dairy-free when you omit the queso fresco. We also have smoked corned beef with crispy potatoes. That one is gluten-free if you omit the beer cheese. It's also dairy-free if you omit the cheese curds. The Impossible Burger Slider with wasabi cream is a delightful dish. If you omit that bun, that becomes gluten-free and vegan. This was one of our favorites from last year. It is nice and spicy. Need some oysters, Rockefeller? Of course you do. Just ask them to omit the panko topping and those become gluten-free. They do contain dairy. There is also a nice spaghetti over here of the cuvee. There's also a drink called the Cape Codder. This is a Boyd and Blair drink, and that one is gluten-free and vegan per their website. Okay, well that's a wrap for 2023 Food and Wine Epcot Festival. This festival will run several months, and then next we'll have another one when we hit Festival of the Holidays. But for right now, we're really happy with what's happened. Disney did us a huge solid this year, and they started labeling all of the allergies in their My Disney Experience app. They gave us 33 labeled gluten-free menu options. 13 of those are gluten-free and dairy-free, and 5 of those are gluten-free and vegan. So I'm beyond excited about the rest of this, and I will be here. I'll try not to be here every weekend, but I make no promises. Sorry, family. You can come with me if you want to. I think everything is wonderful. There's even more options that are modifiable, which you've seen throughout this. So really the possibilities are endless. And you know, it's just all magical. It couldn't be better than this. And so until the next time, eat safe, eat well, eat happy. Cheers.